Look at the rock. This is crazy, dude. This is really crazy. Alright folks, so check it out. I'm here at this red sand beach. It's not really sand, it's kind of like just rocks and gravel, but really cool, man. Red sand beach on East Maui, and it's really epic. Pretty crazy, man. So I think I'm going to do a painting here. This is my first painting in Hawaii, so it should be pretty cool, hopefully. Not the best lighting right now. I kind of lost the sunlight to some clouds, but I'm going to just make the best of it. Anyway, let's do it, I guess. Alright folks, this is Brandon from the future now, doing some voiceover. So check it out, now that I'm back from Hawaii, I can kind of tell you a little bit about this whole series of Hawaii paintings that are going to be coming. But let's talk about this first one I'm doing here. So, like you heard earlier and saw, this is a red sand beach, and I decided to just paint the ocean view that was in front of me. There was some cool rocks out there. A lot of big, huge waves, man. Really cool. So, yeah, unfortunately, it would have been cool to paint like the red rocks and the red sand and the beach, but it just didn't turn out that way, unfortunately. So I went with the ocean. And this was my first watercolor in Hawaii, on Maui. And it was my first watercolor in a little while. So I was a little bit rusty, and starting up here, I didn't even start out with a pencil sketch. I figured I'm going to just wing it. Let's just go for it. So now I'm starting to, I got a little bit of the ocean there. I'm starting to put in some of the dark rocks out there. And then I realized that I didn't really leave any white space or a lot of white space for like, the waves and the ocean spray over the rocks and stuff. So I kind of messed that up. So what I ended up thinking ahead now, I'm doing the rocks at the bottom in the foreground that are closer. I'm doing the rocks first, and then I'm going to paint the water around them. That way I can leave the appropriate white space, or attempt to leave that appropriate white space for to kind of show like, waves crashing into these rocks and stuff. So I had to just kind of do it on the fly, kind of plan out, okay, like the top half didn't really work how I envisioned. I kind of got ahead of myself, forgot about, leaving that white of the paper for the waves. So watercolor's tricky in that way. And that's why you kind of got to have a plan when you do watercolor. Before you get onto the paper. And I usually try to do that. I usually try to think about what stages I'm going to, how am I going to do this painting. So what I'm doing here now is I'm using a damp brush, and this brush, it's not like a bristle brush or anything, but the hair on it's a little bit stiff, and I'm able to kind of scrub the page with it. So I'm using like a damp brush, and I'm scrubbing some of the paint that I already put down. And it's just lifting some of that pigment off, and it's softening it. So now it kind of looks more like realistic, like ocean spray. Usually some spray like that, it's going to be very soft. It's not going to have sharp edges like a rock. It's going to be much softer. Almost like the leaves on a tree, the outline of a tree. The tree trunk is going to be sharper than like the leaves on the tree. So that's what I was trying to show there. And I'll probably scrub a little bit more as the painting goes on and try to soften some areas to get that ocean spray type of effect. And one note here, you'll notice I'm not using any painter's tape around the edges of this sketchbook. So this sketchbook, I decided to go a little bit free with it, and I didn't tape any of the pages of this entire sketchbook. So there we go, more scrubbing there. Also doing it now in the background, trying to bring some of that back. to life. And now I'm just restating some of the darks, getting in some of the darkest value here to really add more depth to this scene. Because the rocks in front of me was very dark, and this is all kind of overcast. I lost that really nice lighting that you guys saw there earlier. So I went with what I could do, you know. It was just such an epic location, and I thought it was a cool way to start the sketchbook. Whether the painting is that great or not, that's a different story, but the experience there, getting that experience and just having this memory on the page, that's what really is cool for me to look back on. And that's why I kind of like encourage you guys like to start doing little sketches like this and just get outside and experience life, you know, experience travel if you can. But even just travel around your town, you know. But anyway, so you can see the way I did the ocean here. I saw so many different blues and stuff out there. Some purpley ultramarines, some more viridian turquoise type of blues. So I'm trying to add in all those different kind of blues out there. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this painting. So I hope you guys enjoy this first vlog of Hawaii. And be sure to check out the other episodes when they come out here shortly. All right, well, that was my first little sketch here in Hawaii. Came out pretty well, I think. You know, I'm not using any tape for this sketchbook, so I'm not used to like the rough edges around the sketches, but maybe I'll get used to it. But anyway, might come back here tomorrow or something, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.